You've just gotten onto Virgin Voyages. Yes! Now what do you do next? This is your play-by-play video. What are those things you need to do in the first couple hours as soon as you get on board so that you can set yourself up for success and have the best vacation possible? Coming up. And if you're new here, yo, I'm Christine Lozada with Where in the World DCL. I'm here to help you be a smart traveler on Virgin Voyages. You should have just watched the embarkation tips video. This is part of a crash course to help you have the best time possible. I want to be here every step of the way. And then after this, you should be watching the sail away tips video. But let's dive in with the first thing you should do. The first thing you want to do when you get on the ship is say hello to the Happenings cast. They should be out there introducing themselves, welcoming you onto the ship. This is a chance to have your first glimpse of them, introduce yourself. They will be your cruise directors and your entertainment for the week. If you don't know them yet, you gotta know. And the second thing you gotta do when you get on board, because your room is ready as soon as you get on, is use the restroom. So whether you're going to your room to just drop your stuff so you can go grab something to eat, grab something to drink, this is also your time that you're gonna get that knock on the door and this is Christine from Valiant Lady here. I need to interrupt for just a second with an important message, something that you need to know about, which is you being a smart traveler. There's a reason why travel agents book with us. There's a reason why, even though people have already booked their sailings, they be a smart traveler and they price compare and then they book with us. So just make sure you're doing your homework, because if the shoe fits just right, then well, you know the rest. You're an adult. All right, let's get back to the video. Cabin steward is going to come introduce themselves to you. This is a great time to share your preferences. And there are a couple specific things I'm talking about. The first is your bed. If you have a single bed, but you're sharing a room with someone you don't want to be sleeping in the same bed with, this is a time to request that your beds get split. Or this is a time to share your preferences around water. Do you want one sparkling, one regular, two sparkling, all regular? Or like me, I love having ice in my room daily. I'm letting my cabin attendant know I would love a bucket of ice each day. I need more hangers. Or you're not allowed to bring an iron onto Virgin Voyages, but you can borrow a steamer from them. So they brought by a steamer, and So I don't know how to iron and I don't know how to steam clothing, but I tried. And this is also a time where if you want to, you can ask them to give you a tour of the room so they can give you small tips. Like if you do not close the door and close the handle, your air conditioning will not turn on.
A lot of people find that out the hard way.
Or they'll tell you about how to use your tablet, or one of the most important things, and I do this as soon as I walk out of my room, is I put on the do not disturb, because I'm about to go have a great time out there and I'm gonna come back so exhausted, go straight to bed, and I don't want them knocking on my door early in the morning.
Do not disturb.
And while you're in your room,
you gotta watch the safety video, but you can turn it down. You can turn it down.
the safety video is something that you need to watch before the muster process starts, which is normally around that 4:30 time frame. But you can watch the safety video either from your TV in your room or from the app. I always recommend doing it from your TV so that you can have your phone for other things, and sometimes the Wi-Fi
can be slow.
So quickly just watch it from your room so you're ready for the muster check-in process later. The next order of business, and this is something you can kind of be doing throughout the things we've been talking about, is connect to the Wi-Fi. There's a very specific way of doing this. First, you have to make sure that your VPN is off. The app doesn't work if you have VPN on. The second thing is that you need to make sure it's asking for your birthday and your cabin number. If it hasn't asked for these two things, you're not headed in the right way to be able to get online. Just restart your phone or whatever it is you need to do, but you're waiting for that screen. The other way to force that to prompt is to just go straight to the Wi-Fi website. A link to that is in the description below, and it's also in my guide. I have a printed guide to walk you through all. I have a lot of freaking videos. If you don't have time to watch all these videos, I barely have time to make all these videos. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. It has been really fun meeting you all in this sailing and all my sailings. I love it when people say hi to me. It's so nice. Anyway, check out the guide. It's in the description. Get connected to the Wi-Fi and start signing up for things. Things have changed in 2025. There are fewer things you actually need to book once on board. The key items are your workouts. There are some shows that might, depending on your sailing, need to be booked. And the other thing is like events. So and that changes by sailing. So things like grog walk, your bar crawl around the ship, or sometimes there might be a champagne and chicken. So bubbles and chicken, like different kinds of classes that they have. All of these items, they need to be signed up for in advance, and doing so immediately will ensure you have a spot in that. I do want to add one important caveat to this, because I have done several back-to-back sailings where I stay on board and I am connected to that Wi-Fi and I can see that entire schedule before anyone else is even on board. Things change, and even if you have an early boarding slot, things will change in the first few hours, the first several hours sometimes when you're on board. So just be regularly checking, and if you're signing up for things and things are sold out, they might change really quick. They might switch around the schedule. So just keep an eye out. Know that nothing is absolutely final. You can always finagle your way into the things, but know that that's the caveat. The other thing you need to do in the app is finish booking all of your brunches and dinners. If you need help with that, the team will be available to you. Sometimes they set up at Razzle Dazzle. Sometimes they just set up in different places. You'll see it in the notifications, but you can have someone sit down and help you to book your brunches and dinners. And if you're that person, you're like, I did it 45 days in advance. Or if you're like, I should have done it 45 days in advance, skip the line. Yo, do it 60 days in advance.
What?
That's right. When you book with us, I want you to book with us. We have access to extra perks that will help you to have the best time possible. Plus, you should come join me in the Facebook group. I'm in there answering questions, being excited for people about their sailings, and adding helpful content like this all the time. So be a smart traveler and price compare. It literally only takes a minute. And if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button. Let's talk about eating. A lot of people will just jump straight to the galley, which is the 15th floor, where they have the food hall with all the different stalls that you can go in and either walk up and order and grab something, or sit down, raise the flag and order something. This is where you'll have the most amount of variety. So the galley is the place that most people just beeline to, but you have other options. My personal favorite is a spot I didn't know even existed on the ship until my third sailing or something, which is the Sun Club. Tucked away on the 16th floor, you'll find all kinds of poke bowls, and then you can enjoy the view, especially if it's a nice day. Your other option is the dock. This is where you'll head to the back of the ship and you can grab little small bites. So we're talking all the I love the shrimp, I love the beef, but little small bites and tapas, you'll find that over here. You also have the pizza place. This is a spot right on the 7th floor, normally, which is where you come on board at. Sometimes I had something new where I came on board on the 6th floor. That was new for me. But the pizza place is a great one for some delicious pizza. Your other options are to head into the social club. This is where you'll find things like wings or popcorn or more casual items. And then obviously, whether you go to the bar, respect if it's a liquid diet, or just go grab something sweet, the ice cream place is open as well. So go grab something to eat. Those are your options when you first get on board. All right, you got 3 more items of business. This next one is checking your wallet. And this is something where it takes a minute. So if you have something like bar tab, which was supposed to go away, but it keeps coming back, or you have sailor loot or something like that, it takes a minute, it's coming, just wait, but check your wallet. You do that by going into the app under your profile, checking your wallet. And then now should be about the time where it's time to go to the muster station. And you will have a specific muster station. It will tell you both in the app as well as your tablet and your TV in your room. Will tell you where to go. All you have to do is walk up, tap your band, confirm that you've watched the video, and you're basically just checking in to make sure you know where to go in the event of an emergency. This next one depends on what kind of a person you are, I am one that is prone to motion sickness. So this is your time to either put on your motion sickness patches. I'm actually wearing one right now, or to take your motion sickness medicines, whatever choices you've decided for your adult self. Ooh, and I have one more bonus one, which is now is the time to put your phone in airplane mode so that you don't head out to sea and then get those roaming charges. Boom, that's your play-by-play. I'm Christine Lozada. This is part of the crash course. Go to the next video. It's about the sail away party and the helpful tips for that. And one thing, actually, here's another bonus that I always recommend to people, whether or not you're solo. It's really nice to just be social with other sailors. Virgin Voyages draws a really fun, friendly crowd of people. I go to the solo sailor meetup, which you'll see in your app with the location of where it's at. I go whether or not I'm alone like I am on this sailing or I'm with somebody. My mom had so much fun at the solo sailor meetup. She got to meet so many people. And then during the rest of her sailing, she constantly had really friendly people saying hi to her, asking how her sailing was the rest of the trip. It was so nice. So that's an option for you. But otherwise, it's time to head to that sail away party. I'm Christine Lozada. I will see you in the next one. Ciao. I was having a conversation just now with another sailor, and she was like, why would I want to get to know the happenings cast? Ew, why? And I was like, well, it's kind of nice because they're at all of the main events and all the parties and entertainment around the ship, and it's just nice to have a familiar face of someone to say hi to and someone to go to for questions. But there's a couple things people don't know. Oops, I dropped that one. Well, first one is these things. These are the Happenings Cast pins, and these things are freaking hard to earn. I always laugh when people see them and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go ask them for one. And I'm like, oh, they will make you work for them. How do you do that? Get to know them, attend their events. And another thing is there are secret shows. It's partially like the lottery, like you'll just randomly be picked to go. But if you know the Happenings Cast, they might invite you. Just something to consider.
One pro tip you have for brand new sailors.
Yes, so we also have, the lineup comes on the app, but we also have a printed lineup that you can find at Grounds Club, Sailor Services, and that'll have all the events where we'll be at that we can help you with any of your questions, any of your needs throughout your voyage. I think the Happenings Cast is something that people don't always rely on, but they could and should.
I totally agree. I always recommend to people that you should meet them straight away, because if you have questions, I mean, there's really nothing you can't answer.
Right.
And that's a great one, because how much do we love the app?